Check out my second channel for more videos including story times, pranks, and much more. Hey guys, it's Filmmaking Simple here with another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this kind of disintegration effect inside of Final Cut Pro 10 or X. So what I did to get started with this tutorial was I pretty much just filmed myself walking out, snapping, and then that's when I was supposed to disappear. So what you need is a clean plate, which is basically a frame like this with no one in your shot, and then just you acting out whatever you want to do for the disintegration. And the stock footage I use is from Footage Crate, so the link will be in the description. I didn't actually end up using the cloth pops, so we're not going to show these. The main thing I ended up using were the bonfire embers, because you could basically like recolor these and make it look like kind of particles. Since you can't actually make yourself disintegrate into particles, this is what I did. I mainly used this ember the most, bonfire ember large 1, and then these I just scattered about throughout the rest of the shots. So let's get started. So first things first, we're just gonna cut this like right before our character walks in. There you go. Hit B to bring up this little blade, or you can come reselect it over here. And I'm just gonna keep going until I get to the action. I'm gonna cut right here. We're gonna cut this part out, and then right after that, what we want to do is he's gonna snap like right about here. We want to freeze frame this, so let's go click hold. Now we have a freeze frame of this, and I'm just gonna drag it out ridiculously long. We're not gonna need it this long, but I am just doing this so we have a lot of room to work with. So there you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this clean plate and drag it underneath the footage. I'm going to turn on snapping so this works a little better. So now it just looks like he's kind of stuck there. So what we're going to do is we're going to mask him out. Let's go over here to the effects section and find where you see masks. Find this draw mask and drag it on to your footage, and then I'm just going to make it full screen to make this easier. The mask doesn't have to be best, it can be kind of rough if you want. Just outline your character best you can. So now you can see our character's cut out and he's just kind of frozen there. And you can see this cut, there's kind of a warmth change in the background. So literally all I'm going to do is go to color board, and I'm not going to spend too much time fixing it up for time's sake. We're just going to go to color, and I'm going to drag kind of the central color of the background a little bit to an orangish tone. And let's see. Alright, so maybe it was a little bit too much, so let's bring it down a little bit. So that's pretty close. Probably won't notice much of a difference. But if you want, you could do this, refine it a little bit more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this stock footage that we have from Footage Crate, and we're going to overlay it onto this footage. So what we need to grab first is I'm going to take probably these embers and add them on, and I'm going to speed these up like twice as fast, so they kind of start showing right about here, I would say, and then they kind of just go away. I'm gonna speed this up even more, so let's speed that up, and let's drag it to be like that fast. So there you can see they just kind of float away. So what I'm going to do is, since they kind of fade out from the edge like this, we're going to make them all kind of going the same direction. So let's just get to a point where they're kind of already all up and out. And I'm going to scale it down. And I'm going to rotate it. And this is going to kind of be like our shirt, almost disintegrating. It starts right about here, so let's start it here. You can see it just kind of goes out. So what we're going to do is we're going to match the color of this to match the color of the shirt. But first I'm going to just kind of duplicate this around a few times. So now you can see there's like 2 of them, so they're like way more visible. So we have the second one selected right here, and we obviously don't want it to be exactly in the same place. Or you can just tell that it was just copy pasted, but we can pretty much copy paste it like once, and then we're going to do that again. And then for this time, what we're going to do is we're going to completely change it up. So we're going to make this come from more of the bottom, like right here, and go up. And then we're going to add another one. And we're going to make that come from like right here. You can kind of see we kind of just fade away slowly. And then I'm going to add probably one more to this list or amount. And I'm going to add a different one this time. So maybe that one. And we're of course going to need to speed this up. That was a little much. Let's disable all of these so I can see it and where it kind of starts. So it kind of starts right about here, so let's just start it there. And it goes up like that. And let's speed that up. Not quite twice as much, but fairly close to that, so that's pretty good. Delete that. Show these. So re-enable them, and then let's add this in a good place. You can see it kind of goes out like that, and so I'm just going to add it like right here in the center. And now we have all these, so let's re-enable all of them, and we're going to make these all a compound clip. Alright, and then what we're going to do after this is, since they're all kind of here now, we're going to recolor them, and we're just going to like completely change the color of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the color picker, and we're going to pick a color from the shirt that matches. So that would go, and then the dark one, let's change black to like this really dark color right there. And then just push the intensity to 100%. So now you can barely see them because they're obviously the color of the shirt. So it looks like his kind of being is just fading away from the shirt. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Alt drag up to do this. I don't know if I said that before or not. This I'm going to move here. So now it just looks like there's more particles. Now what we're going to do is we're going to disable all those so we can see what we're doing for the next couple of layers kind of the similar thing. So we're going to take these bonfire embers large again, and I know we're kind of using an overkill amount of these. And let's start it there. And like last time, speed it up. So let's position these. We're going to position these kind of so that it would like show from the bottom. So let's rotate them like right here. So now it looks like they just kind of go up. And these are going to be like the pants at the bottom right here. So we're only going to need a couple layers for the pants because there's not, you know, much there. That layer, I feel like we already used that. So we're going to use this. This is different. We're going to start there. And let's speed this up. Again, these are right here. They kind of shoot up, so let's put them just kind of there. And I'm going to move these ones up to kind of start in the middle. So there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these new compound clip. Okay. We're going to colorize these. And white, always make the lighter color. Black, make the darker color. So probably the lightest color I can find on the shorts is that. Darkest one is probably going to be somewhere over here. So like that color. And ramp the intensity up. So now what we need to do is we need to do the skin. So we're going to use, once again, this particles, big embers, fast, starts fast. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the arms now. So we're going to make them kind of go sideways. And it's going to start right about here. I'm going to drag this up and move one of these to be the other arm. And I'm going to rotate it a little bit more. Scale it down a little bit. There we go, we have that now. And now we're going to do the face. So what we're going to do for the face is use the other two particle sets. So these ones, that's about good. So let's go back in full screen. You can see these right here. These are for the face. We're going to scale it down and kind of build up around the face. So you can see that one kind of goes up from the face like that. Yeah, we can, I'm going to duplicate this another time. And what we're going to do is we're going to just move this around the face as well. Maybe rotate it a little bit, put it here. There you go. And then let's take these, add them on top, speed them up. So I'm just trying to locate where they are, and we'll put these like right in the middle, scale down. So kind of start around the nose. So there we go, that's for all the skin. So grab all these, make these a new compound clip, and we're gonna colorize these. Take this. I'm gonna try to find some nice and light skin, and then some darker skin. So now you can see it just kind of looks like the skin kind of fades away. And now let's enable all of these, and now we can see what it looks like with them all together. So it just looks like a cluster of stuff just comes off. So what we're gonna do to kind of transition this footage into the particles is we're gonna add a blur. So let's go to blur. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a directional blur onto this guy. And we're going to start off with 0. The direction is going to be this way, obviously. And we're going to keyframe it. So let's keyframe everything. And then as it goes, you can see it goes like more. We're going to blur it over a little bit more. Maybe like that much. And then next few frames, we'll just kind of blur him out completely. So now you can see it just kind of looks like he just kind of fades away with all the particles. And I would say this point is when we would select the opacity on this. And then we're going to go forward a few more frames. So 1, 2, 3. And then let's make it 0. So now we can see it pretty much just looks like he kind of disappears into particles. That's basically the gist of the effect. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see new videos every Friday. I will see you guys next week. Bye.